Have you ever gotten into your head and started to doubt everything that you're doing? You start self-sabotaging everything that's going on in your life and you just don't know how to stop it? In this video, I'm going to break down with you 5 tips that you can start doing so you can stop feeling so insecure, so you can actually start doing the things that you really want to be doing. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, my name is Bennett Schwartz and I'm a high-performance coach. I help people live a both richer personal and professional life, so if you are looking to live a wealthier life, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Throughout my life, I've constantly been overanalyzing and really been in my head too much that it's stopped me from actually taking action. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I've done personally to really help you. Let me know in the comments which one you personally resonate with the most, and maybe I'll make a video just for that one specifically. For the first tip, we have to recognize that so many times we're in our head. And as Tony Robbins says, if you're in your head, you're dead. And what he means by that is that you start overthinking all these different things. And when we start overthinking, we end up just making wrong decisions. So what we have to start doing is we actually have to start getting our thoughts on paper, because so many times we don't even realize the things that are going in our head are not as much as we actually think they are. We think we're holding this huge boulder in terms of all this weight that's really just weighing us down. But if you really break it down, it can really be broken down into different steps, and you can actually start to work on really knocking things out. The best way to do this is by journaling. I made a whole other video in terms of what it is we can start doing to journal, but understand if we could just get our thoughts on paper and really start to recognize that if we could just put it out there and just get it out of our mind, we're going to be able to just dump all that trash out. And what's cool is you're going to actually start to see that it's not as much as you thought it was, and you'll start to be able to cross off one thing at a time to make sure that you can be more productive. A really cool technique that I've heard by a coach named Rich Litvin was to make an energy audit. And what he meant by this is you make a T-chart, and on one side you put the idea of what gives you energy, and on the other side what takes away energy. And if you could start listing off the different things that give you energy and things that take away energy, we could start to understand what are the things that we want to stop doing and what are the things that we want to be doing. I remember this happened to me when I started investing in one of my first properties, and I knew that one of them was actually not doing too well. I had so much energy that was just being drawn out of me because I recognized that it was just so tiring and exhausting, the amount that I thought about it. And I realized that if I could just work on this one property and get rid of it, then I knew I would have so much more energy, because on my list of things that were taking away my energy, there was only not 2 or 3 things. And the things that I was actually enjoying in my life at that point were about 8 to 10 things. So I knew if I could just focus on getting rid of 1 or 2 of these things that are taking away my energy, I was going to be able to be a lot more productive and have a lot more bandwidth in terms of what it is I can actually start to think about. So getting on paper, really journaling, getting all your thoughts out could be extremely helpful, and making sure you do your energy audit to make sure that you're actually seeing what it is that is really taking up all your space. The second idea is we have to realize that we might have to lower our expectations. You see, so many people are looking to perform at their highest peak. They know that the more energy and the more output that they do, the more success they're going to have. The thing is, we start thinking at a certain point that we should actually already be successful. You think about any entrepreneur who just started out, they really think that they should be successful right from the beginning. But we have to understand that success takes time. And if we can recognize that, then we can really start to see what it is we need to be doing. So instead of thinking that we should already be in a certain place, let's lower our expectations in terms of where it is that we should actually be. And if we can start recognizing and seeing our reality to where our expectations should be, then we won't be so frustrated. Because think about it, how many times were you frustrated because you didn't see the results yet? And if we can lower our expectations in terms of what it is we need to be doing, then we won't get as frustrated and we won't get as burnt out quickly. We'll stop doubting ourselves and we'll start thinking that all these things that we're going through and all these things that we're thinking are actually not for our own benefit. So being strategic in terms of your expectations is really important. Not to say that we shouldn't be achieving more, but understanding where our expectations are in terms of what it really takes to actually become successful. Because if we can realize that, we won't be let down in terms of our reality, in terms of what is actually happening. The third thing to get out of your head is just slow down. And so many people, especially nowadays, want to move fast. They want to be doing all of these different things in order to see whatever successes that they're looking to do. They get in their heads because they think they should be moving faster. They see that person and that person, and all of them are moving so much quicker than they are. So why is it that they're not moving as fast? So they start to put on the gas and they start to move faster, but they don't realize that they're already running on empty. So understanding that sometimes you just need to slow down in order to speed up, it's going to be something that's going to change the game. Because so many people are moving so fast that they really don't even know where they're going. They're just moving. And if they would just slow down and see where it is that they need to be going, they could actually start to focus their time. This is very common practice in business where people just start to move and people are just guessing in terms of what is needed to do. But if they could just slow down, collect the data, understand where they are, and then look to move forward, they're going to be so much more productive, and they're going to get to wherever it is that they want to get to a lot quicker. The fourth idea is similar to the third, but understanding that sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes you need to take a pause and understand that I need to recharge. I'm burnt out and I don't know what it is I need to be doing, but I just need to stop. And really getting your focus off whatever it is that you're doing can be tremendous. And this is the best time to really take one of those vacations. You see, even Gary Vee, who tells people that they should be promoting hundreds of pieces of content a week, that says that there comes times where he suggests that people should just not post anything for months because they want to really get themselves back on track. So really looking to take a pause when is necessary is going to be something tremendous. And so many times we're just so burnt out and we have this pressure to really move forward, and we get so insecure because we know we are not supposed to take a break or else we're going to get behind. But recognizing that this pause is actually going to be beneficial to us to move forward is going to be tremendous. So understanding that you should pause sometimes and recognize that the pause is actually going to be more beneficial to what it is that you're looking to do. The fifth and final piece is we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. It sounds so simple, but so much of the insecurity that we have is that we're focusing on other people, and if we're focusing on them and we're not focusing internally on us, what is it that we're going to actually be feeling about ourselves? And we need to know that whatever it is that we're doing, we have to work on what we can achieve. And we can't really focus on what other people are doing. We can learn from other people, we could be inspired by other people. But once you start to get that bug where we start to feel, hey, that person's doing X, Y, and Z, I need to do X, Y, and Z, so you're going to end up getting into your own head because you're going to start to think that things that you're doing are not accurate, and you need to start to shift and do other pieces. This doesn't mean you shouldn't speak to people and doesn't mean you shouldn't learn from people, but to understand that you should really trust yourself and realize what that person's doing is what they're doing, and I'm going to be doing something totally different. At the end of this line of success, everyone's going to have a different story. Everyone's going to have a different way to get there. I love speaking about the idea that really when people read different books, doesn't necessarily mean that they're all digesting the same information, because really the order that they read the books is also going to make a difference, because there could be certain patterns in certain books that they have that if they read these 2 consecutive books at a time as opposed to these 2, there's going to be different things that they're going to be able to extract from the book. So understanding that there's all this information out there, we have to learn and we have to realize what it is we need to be doing, but understand that everybody's going to have their own path and everyone's going to have their own way about doing it. So even the experts in the world who are telling you to do certain things, understand that that worked for them. And for you, if it makes sense and you relate to that, then start to do those things. But also understand that there are other paths as well, and people have seen success in other ways. Think about it in my own coaching practice. Certain people build their business through their YouTube channels. Certain people build their business through their one-on-one coaching. Other people through their group courses. Other through their online courses. Other through their books. There's so many different ways that you can actually build a business, and there's no right or wrong. It's just what is working for you and what do you want to commit to. Success takes time, and we have to realize that we can't get in our head, because the least we could get into our head, the more productive we could be. The more productive we could be, the more disciplined we could actually take the steps that it takes to become whoever it is that we want to become and see and achieve the results that we're looking to achieve. We have to be conscious about what it is that we want to be doing, understand that the insecurities that we go through are normal, they're common, but realizing how we can actually defend against them. If we can start to think about these different ideas, we're going to be able to really understand what it is that we're looking to achieve and really how to get out of it as quickly as possible. So let me ask you, which one do you resonate with the most? Is it journaling? Is it lowering your expectations? Patience and slowing down? Pausing altogether? Or stop comparing yourselves to others? Some of them have to relate. So let me know in the comments below which one resonates with you the most, and I'd love to make a video on any of those specific ones. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you guys on the next one.